I need 20% down to buy a house. How many times have we heard that? It's a real estate myth. Welcome to the Landis Look, where we take an inside look at the world of real estate. And today, Micaiah is here to break that myth and tell you what it actually takes to buy a house. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So you don't have to have 20% down to buy a house.
No.
But people think that. A lot of people think that.
Mm-hmm. They do. If you have 20% down, that's great.
It is great, yes.
But you don't have to have that. There's a lot of different loan options out here.
So it's not like a crazy alternative financing. You got to trade in a couple Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in order to do this. Like normal people can do this with less than 20% down?
Yes. Normal people can do this with less than 20. I mean, you can do as low as 3 or 3.5% down depending on the loan program. So,
what kind of programs are available for people that are looking to do this with less than 20%?
of course. So FHA is one. That's usually around 3 or 3.5. And then, of course, VA loans as well.
So if you're a veteran, and we hit this a little bit ago in a different land, it's like you can buy a house with
0% down.
So thank you for your service. And as a thank you, there's a loan program, which is really great, and you can do it for 0% down. So, when you hear about buying a house with less than 20% down, one of the things I hear is, what about PMI, private mortgage insurance? Is that going to make this crazy expensive?
No, definitely not. Specifically, if you're doing a conventional loan, you can do PMI, but as long as you get up to 20%, let's say you're putting 3% down originally.
Yep.
Once you get up to that 20% over the life of your loan, that comes straight off.
Yeah, so you can pay it down to the point where you've paid down 20%, or we've been fortunate to have some really great appreciation, and as the property appreciates, you can request for a reappraisal and potentially get it removed before you've even paid it down. And if you're a first-time home buyer, you might even be able to qualify for some down payment assistance. Now, these programs, you need to evaluate it for each person, whether this works for you, but it is possible to get some actual assistance buying a house.
It is. I think it has to do with, research and also, talking to an agent or talking to a lender. I think that's so important. There's so many programs out here. Just even think about like Georgia Dream. You don't even, when we say first time home buyer, there's a lot of programs for them, but also there's programs for, people who this may be, their second or third house. You don't have to just be a first-time home buyer to, be eligible for these programs. Eligibility is based on multiple things. It's based on income. It can be based on like area. It can be based, obviously, if you've lived in a home or haven't been a homeowner for 3 years, you're considered with Georgia Dream a first-time home buyer. So I think it's important to realize, just because you're not a first-time home buyer doesn't mean you're not eligible for these programs.
I mean, if I was going to give a piece of advice, if you listen to this and you're like, well, could I possibly do this and buy a house without 20% down? If you're at a point where you're like, yes, I could afford to make the payment on a house, the down payment is what is preventing me, send us a message and we would be happy to walk you through the options to see if it is a wise decision for you. So, so many people reach out to us after these, ask questions, do that. Don't be scared about that. We'd be happy to give you all the research and options that you'd have, and then Micaiah can walk you through whether that actually makes sense for you to do or not. So Micaiah, thanks for sharing this and breaking this myth today.
Thank you for having me.
Don't have to have 20% down to buy a house. You can do it with less. Ask us and we'd be happy to help.